Hold on. I think we should be just meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. We are good to go.
Yay! Aloha, everyone.
Ah. Well,
Aloha.
I will allow you to do your own introduction today.
Oh, wow. Okay. Which, oh, look at that bow down. I love it. um, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in our beautiful world. I am Kumu Brenda Ignacio, from Hawaii. I am born on the big island of Hawaii, where the volcano is always active, Pele. And I was raised on Oahu, the main island. There are 8 islands that comprise Hawaii. I am so happy to be sharing because I was told from a very young age that Hawaii has something for the world. And as we progress in what's going on today, I see, oh my goodness, I am not as upset. I am not as fearful. I am not as angry. And you know what? It's because of the way I was raised. And, you know, I am going to share something that a very dear friend and another Kumu friend of mine, a colleague, wrote that introduces Hawaii, and then we can get into our content. Is that okay, Diane? That's 2 thumbs up. Okay. I am Hawaii. I'm from a very special place. It's called Hawaii, and its meaning guides and directs our behavior. The word ha, the breath, the life, the essence, the space, the atmosphere, which is the ha. It's the breath that you take when you first come to the planet, the first breath. It's the last thing you give back when you leave. And between the first breath and the last breath, you don't own it. It's the vai, the water that we drink that's within all of us. It's the spiritual water that guides us and keeps us connected to one another. It's the E, the spiritual force, the creative energy that some would call God, the cosmos, the source, or nature. It allows us to recognize one another before we're introduced or even shared our names and our backgrounds. The Ha, the Vi, the E. It's a mission statement. It guides us and says, care for the air, care for the water, and most of all, care for the spirit. That says, watch what you eat, what you serve others, and how you treat your friends and your places. Our kuleana, or which means responsibility, in this wonderful place called Hawaii, is to do just that, to care for the air, the water, and the spirit, for ourselves, for others, for the present, as well as the future, as we honor our ancestors and the past. This is Hawaii.
That is so cool.
It is cool. It is cool. I feel so blessed to have been raised in peace and so much aloha, love and reverence for things. Remember, we talked about a higher power, whatever. For if it's a tree for you, that's fine. If it's nature, if it's creator, if it's Buddha, that doesn't matter. But to have reverence and then for one another, for us, gosh, Rumi in the 13th century wrote about connection, about peaceful interaction, about joining. What are we doing now? We haven't got it yet. Hello. Hello. Okay, so you know what? Um, as I said before, and you know, elders tend to repeat themselves. As I said before, we write songs about everything. We write songs always in gratitude for our life and the beauty of the islands, the relationships that we share. And we also write chants, lots of chants. And Eala A is a very well-known chant. It's greeting the morning each day. And one of the things that I was taught by my grandmother and taught my children was to greet each day with promise, not get up and go, oh, what the, you know, to get up each day willing to make it a good day. The Hawaiian term for our buttocks is okoli, okoli. And I only tell you that because one of my precious aunts, Auntie Nina, said she was 94 years old when she said this to me. Mohalapua, because that's how they say Mohalapua. It's Mohalapua. Every morning I get up and I pinch my okoli. If it hurts, I say, thank you, Akua, for another day. Akua is Hawaiian for God. So you see, even there, an elder, you know, was ready to say, I celebrate that I'm still here. I can make a difference. And so I will share with you something that we do often. And when I have my advanced Lomi Lomi class in Hawaii, it will include getting together in the morning and saying this chant. It greets the day. And what it Eala E, what it really means is arise and awaken your light within. You know, get up, be aware, you know, be ready, okay? Seek to attain greater inner peace and through our culture gain knowledge. In other words, be open, be willing, be positive. All right. So here it is. E ala e kala ikahikina ki ka moana ho honu ipi ika leva nu u ikahikina aya kala e ala e ala e kala ikahikina ika moana ho honu pi ika leva nu u ikahikina ayakala e ala e. Now, I got to tell you what it means, right? Okay, so it means awaken, arise. The sun is shining in the east from the ocean, the deep ocean, climbing to heaven, the highest heaven. In the east, there's the sun. Arise. Kind of cool, huh? You know, I taught in Siberia, in Russia, and they wanted to do this every morning at 7 a.m. Now, I think everybody, when they hear the word Siberia, it's not sunny. It is not Hawaii. It's not going out, we're looking for the sun. It's like, you know, and they wanted me up at 7 to do this every morning. It was an unforgettable experience, but also a very joyful experience.
I couldn't agree more. You know, one of the things that someone told me, like in my 20s, one of my first like classes I took these classes in the woods, and like we learned how to eat berries, and like it was people from all over the world, and we all camped, and it was a really cool experience. But one of the things I heard there was, hello universe, I am your pawn, move me. Like, and that always kind of stuck with me. Like, I am your pawn, move me, instead of like, look, man, I need some shit down here, get to work.
I love it. I love it.
It's good to,
That's wonderful.
I love how, like, it's so thoughtful, your community, and having like a song to start your day, and waking up, like you said, refreshed. And these are all the little things that I think get lost in the day-to-day shuffle,
Yeah.
where it's not like, what can I do for the world today? It's, I need my coffee.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
And one of my least favorite words, Diane,
tell me.
is the word need. The word need.
Tell me why.
Well, neediness, number one. It's such a negative feeling. I'll give you an example. For about 9 years, I danced hula, the hula every Sunday for what we call Aloha Sunday, and it was celebration of life type thing. And people would come up to me after and say, I need a hug. What's the feeling you get? You know what I mean? Can we share a hug? Can I give you a hug? But that need word, I need a hug. So to me, it expresses neediness, which means I'm, we talked about mana, the power that we get by revering those three different aspects of life. Mana. I call these people that come up and say, I need this from you. I need it. Mana suckers. Mana suckers. They assume they don't have it. They assume there's an emptiness in some place within them that they want you to fill. It's not our job. It's not our job to make someone happy. It's not our job to make someone, kind. These are choices. And you're right. We have to get from the resources that the universe provides. And I've heard this recently, so this is not, coming from me particularly, but I latched on to it. And it's a truth right now. Oh, I cannot tell you how glad I am to be from Hawaii, because I'm not reacting to the craziness I'm watching, the anger. And we talked about our spirit and our beautiful, so potent for possibilities for us to create peace, joy, and all of this for the betterment of all of us, the betterment of all of us. But there are people who think they're bigger than Mother Earth, more important than anyone else, lashing out. And so when I've heard this recently more than once, Mother Earth doesn't need us. If we self-implode, she'll be just fine. So it's all about ego. And when you spend time being angry, what happens to your spirit? What happens within? When you're angry, you dispel all the goodness within you. It's more important than ever, ever, ever. More important. And the aloha that we talked about, the kindness, the humility, the perseverance, all of this is really important right now. Really important that we see with kinder eyes, that we speak with kinder words, that we hear without judgment, that we hear without, truly listen. we're a society that has trouble listening, seems like. And how does it apply to massage? Miss Massage Mentor who likes to hang upside down. How?
Well, I was listening to you, and one of the things that I think on a group conscious level, and on the way that sometimes I bring it back is even for my staff when they're, sometimes my staff, as much as they love each other, they have trouble seeing each other, and they butt heads a little, or it gets tense, or there's a little power struggle. So one of the things that I always say is see the similarities in each other, not the differences. Like if you see the similarities, it brings everything down a little bit.
It does.
And when you
Perfect.
stop being able to see the similarities, you got to like regroup. It's like time to pause. It's time to like,
Yeah.
if you think we're all so different, maybe maybe we're at different places in our work. Maybe some of us
Yeah.
are, but who knows? And one weird, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. One weird story, not weird story, forgive me, not a weird story, but there is a story of a guy who was here as the embodiment of God. And he went and he got nailed to a crucifix, right? And on both sides of him were thieves. And the thieves were like, "What are you doing? Where are you going? Wherever you're going, I want to go." One of them was like, "I want to go where you're going." So next to him was this thief. And there was a realization that there was this powerful being on this in the center of this, and that he was passing on to a different place that was powerful. So to the right, there was a guy that was like, in the last few minutes of his life, decided that he wanted to go wherever the hell that guy was going. And in a blink, everything was forgotten. He got to go where the big leader of the tribe was going in a blink of an eye. And then the other guy on the third cross, or whatever you want to say, he wanted no part of it. We don't know what happened to him. So like at any point too in someone's journey, I don't know if that made sense, but right up until the last breath, we don't know if they make some kind of decision, or like how it works. Like how does it work? That was one of the things that my stepmom said as she was dying, because one of her friends was like, "Sylvia, I hope I see you after I pass." And she's like, "I have no idea how the hell this works." Like, I don't know if I'm going to see you. I mean, I'm just trying to die.
Yeah, one thing at a time, please.
So we have all
And
these
that,
stories
yeah,
that show us, from Christianity to Buddhism, that really, in the big scheme of things, we really aren't sure
yeah.
100%. I know. I just
That's very, very, very true. And who is it that writes all those books about being in the now? Eckhart, yeah?
yes.
Yeah. Um, and they talk about the precious present. Okay, so one of the things in our culture that we invite everyone to let go of, and I see so much of it now, besides anger, I see fear. Fear, if I were to say to you, you're fresh, you got up, you did the ALA, the sun, I'm feeling good, thank you, pinch my okole, I'm good, I'm still here. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Can you in that moment feel any fear? Do you have any fear in that moment? Probably not. Why? Fear, it's always from the past. Fear comes from the past. So if you're in the now, this is a brand new day. What am I going to do? Let me choose to do something. And then why worry about tomorrow? That's another thing. When was the last time, I asked my students, that worrying helped you? Give me one example. One example. And they go, "Oh yeah." So throw it out.
Because I know what too, it never, ever, ever turns out like, you've imagined it.
That's right.
Usually turns out better,
Yes,
you
that's
know,
right. Yeah,
99.9% times. It
yeah.
turns out way better than you could ever worry it to be.
That is so powerful what you just said. And I used to have a bumper sticker on my car that said, expect a miracle. And a lot of people expect the worst, and oh, by golly, it comes to them. And then they go, oh no, I'm going to manifest this, and I know I can do it. Boom, there it is, and better. So another favorite thing that my husband and I say, this or better. Oh, we really like that. Yeah, okay. Then we might get that someday. Yeah, this or better. And you're right. You're right. Now, that leads me right into what I've been doing. Oh, first, you brought up judgment, or I heard that there was some judgment going on with people. It's interesting. I follow my students, my former students, on Facebook, because once they take my class, I have my 5 pillars of my teachers and ancestors who entrusted this knowledge to me. And once they take my class, they have that lineage too. And so I like to see and watch and celebrate that they didn't just learn a magnificent massage technique, they were in some way transformed and they became better and they became more aware of self. As massage therapists, we're always thinking, oh, that person has this problem, that problem, muscular, this, that. We work so hard fixing it. And many times we forget, how are we doing with our spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional bodies? Okay, so I follow my students on Facebook. I am often baffled to see that they go into heavy duty judgment, anger, reaction to our current drama in our country. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I have a cousin who is extremely, extremely intelligent, and he baffles me because he posts all these things. You see this, I see this. You see this, I see this. And he's defending some of the nuttiness that's going on. And so and he said, we can disagree and we'll still be friends. Yeah, true. So I cut out a picture of the 2 pair of glasses for $78. And I said, may I suggest that you buy another pair of glasses? Because we see differently and we make different choices. So that leads me into talking about one of my favorite things to do. And, even as co-founder of Hawaii Healing Arts College, on weekends, I would offer my students this creative endeavors, because right now, the time is perfect, Diane. This is a perfect time for us to go within. It's a perfect time to declutter our spaces, our minds, even our hearts. Declutter. And so I like to do vision boards. And when, meditation is important, but not everybody can. Not everybody can get that still and that quiet. But when you do a vision board, you sit with a bunch of magazines. You turn the pages. You look for positive words. You look for words that resonate with you, that catch your eye. And then you cut it out. And then you set it aside. Then you turn the page. That in itself is a meditation. That's going within. What triggers your positive response? what do you want to manifest in your life? So let me show you, and I'll just do, let me show you a vision board from 2 years ago. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want you to read it, but okay, so that's my vision board two
Wait,
years. Oh, she's going to get hers, I think. There she is. Oh, I'm so proud of you. God, no wonder I love you. Okay, now here's my vision board from 1 year ago. Okay, now you want to see my COVID vision board?
Oh, you have a COVID vision board.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just have more time to go within.
I like it. That's a good idea. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so here's what I did. I went and bought one of these cool guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's big, huh? It's big. Yeah, it's really big. Yeah. And I can't tell you, my husband will tell you that sometimes 1 or 2 weeks after I do the vision board, something shows up and he goes, wow, you did. Why not? Why not? Be creative. You talked about your staff. One of my students that in class had a lot of things to let go of, because when you take my class, you also let go of the stuff that no longer serves you, because it's important that when you enter a room and you touch somebody, you're pretty clear yourself. You're not carrying anger, resentment, or anything, because you're touching someone else. Come on, that's rude. So toward the end of class, we do an exercise, because I asked them, every day to start to invite the past, start to invite the discord that you experience, the pain, whatever. And so we release. Well, one of them, after we did this, still had stuff. And the other day she took something nice into her massage office. You know why? Because she says on Facebook that all of the other employees were just awful. Okay, come take Kumu's class again, because it's not ours to judge.
Mind your own business.
Thank you.
Don't you think? That was the first thing someone said to me too. Like, mind your own business. Like, literally.
Yeah. And the other thing is, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Now, Diane, I'm aware that you have time constraints today. So how are we doing?
We have maybe, a few more minutes if we could start, slowly wrapping it up. And I just want to explain something to anybody watching, that I am so honored to have you with me. And I was saying earlier, like, this is really kind of selfish on my part, because I love hearing all your wisdom. And it's like, as a teacher, there's so much history that goes in and thoughtfulness that goes into your shares. And for me, like, talking about spirituality a little bit, and delving into the deeper parts of ourselves, it's essential to be a good business person, and it's essential to be a good body worker. I just really feel that. And so I love hearing your views on things. And you are so lucky that you were born in Hawaii, and that you spend time with all these people. And I just think it's super important for people to get the opportunity to hear some of this stuff, because we're techniques, and you got to do it this way, and this muscle and that muscle, but like, there's the inside that has to be worked on in order to like get all the other stuff. The other stuff almost comes naturally once you're a little more settled, and people are like drawn to you. And I can't explain that enough. Like, I just did a couple business classes, and I think they'll be helpful. But again, it's like, it's an inside job. And so I just wanted to say again, thank you, because I wanted to emphasize like how much work it does take to be happy. If it was easy to be happy, everyone will be happy. And this woman, in my mind, I've gotten to talk to a lot of people on a spiritual side. I'm just so grateful to have time with you. And I hope you'll continue taking the time to, come on the page and just share this stuff, because I think it's important to have it, not just for now, but for generations to come.
That's very, very sweet of you to say that, and I'm humbled by it. I have to agree with you because, not because of who I am, but because of the gifts of my elders. And in today's society, the elders tend to be set aside or not nurtured, and they have all the wisdom. Before they graduate, I was so grateful that my elders, and I sought them out. I sought them out, sat with them, and listened to them. The infilling, it was like warm maple syrup on my pen, yeah. And, and then they leave you with such gems of knowledge and wisdom. And the young people that I see today, they're like kind of puffed up, Oh, what was it Tiny Tim used to always say, like idle promotional puffery, you know, and judgment. It's not our place to judge. I do want to say that to me, spirituality is very, very important. However, don't let it be a hook. Don't let it be a button, because it doesn't matter to me when I teach. I respect every path to kindness. And I don't teach any labeled religion. I guess yesterday was a really big day for the Jewish people with fasting and forgiveness. I honor that. I honored Buddhists, and I align with their teaching a lot. And, I did say with the Dalai Lama and his sense of humor, I really got that if we are right with whoever our greater power is, we have a sense of humor. Don't you think?
I agree. I mean, I get funnier and funnier. I mean, I get more, the humor in me just is really
right. Exactly. And one of my students from Australia, who's my helper in class, my kokua, she said, Kumu, you're so funny. And you're just getting funnier. Yeah, well, life looks pretty funny to me right now. It's like, what? So, however, we have to just take care and be responsible for us, for ourselves. And like you say, none of your spiritual business, or stay in your lane.
Mm-hmm.
Be the best you can be. I would love to have you, Diane, and a group in Hawaii where I can have you rather than here. I'd rather have you feel. There, jumping up and down, folks. Well, at the present time, my team, we're looking for a perfect venue to have a retreat. When big things happen, our retreats is we have our meals together, then we have our quiet time, we have our together time, we study, we learn, and we take walks. We create things, whether it's necklaces or headlays. We have fun. We go have a shave ice cone, and then we watch films about Hawaiian history that matters, that applies to us. And also, after all is said and done, and dinner. Oh, we have a break at about 4:00 to have like a chocolate brownie or something that was just baked. And then at night, guess what? I teach the hula. And that togetherness is so powerful. And if you have stuff like judgment and stuff, if you have stuff, I guarantee you, being with the group will bring it up. And when it comes up, then at the end, we weave it all into tea leaf. Each person takes a section. Someone swims out into the ocean and we let it go. How exciting is that?
That's great.
E como mai, Diane, e como mai. Come. Yeah.
You
So
keep us posted on that for sure. That's amazing.
yeah, yeah. And my son, David Keone, he does some advanced moves that are really interesting to learn as well. Okay, so thank you again for this honor.
Oh, are you kidding? It's an honor for me, and I can't wait to have you back. So if you would hang tight for a minute, I'm gonna sign off of Facebook. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. The post will stay up, and I will send you a copy too. And I'm gonna stop now. Until the next time, everybody,